Pray, 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 pray all the time. Pray about everything. Nothing is impossible with prayer because prayer is as big as God. Prayer relies on the power of God, and prayer can do anything that God can do because God answers prayers, and so prayer can do all things. Never stop praying, no matter how dark things are. No matter what you go through, never allow anything to separate you from God. Prayer is more important than anything else. No challenge is worth giving up your connection to God. You are as strong and as established as your prayer life is. You are as strong as your prayer life is because prayer relies on God's strength and His directions. Prayer is inviting God into your life. It's inviting God into every situation. It is in prayer that God helps you understand who He is and who you are. It is in prayer that you understand all that God has done for you and what He has in mind for you. You've got to stop praying today. You may have let your prayer life go because you were thinking that you were not worthy of His presence. But the thing that you've got to understand is that He doesn't require you to come complete. He just wants you to come as you are. Jesus has already bought you a permanent entrance ticket. You can come messed up. You can come crazy. The truth is that you cannot be fixed until you come to Him. So stop trying to anticipate God. Stop trying to do it all yourself. Stop trying to think that God wants everything ahead of Him. Prayer is a gift that God has given to all of us, to always access Him. He loves it when you come to talk to Him. He is honored when you bring Him into your life, no matter how messed up it looks like. He is honored when you involve Him, when you come as you are, sincere, not pretending. Prayer can do anything. You've got to pray boldly, pray without ceasing. Pray even when it looks like it won't make any difference. Prayer is powerful. It's having the ear of God. It can do anything that God can do because God answers prayers. The Bible tells us in Psalm chapter 65 verse 2, O thou that hearest prayers, unto thee shall all flesh come. Prayer is not powerful because of you who is praying. Prayer is powerful because of the person you're praying to, because of God, because He answers prayers. He's not a man that He should lie, or the son of man that He should change His mind. He is Alpha and Omega, and all things responds to His voice. At the mention of His name, every knee shall bow, and every tongue confess that He should mind. He is the one who sets a boundary for the seen and to go beyond, and in His presence, mountains, keep and hills are like lambs. Prayer is a powerful tool because God is powerful. God wants you to talk to Him about everything. It's a blank check from Him. No one has power with God who doesn't pray. What do you want that you are yet to receive? Pray about it. Pray about everything. Pray when nothing makes sense. Pray when everything makes sense. Pray when everything is great and when everything is not. Pray when it's hopeless. Pray when you are full of hope. Pray when you are betrayed, when you are hurt. Pray when you are disappointed. Pray when you are in need of direction. Pray when you can't tell where to go. Pray all the time. A great man once said, the prayer is not about getting God to do man's will. It's God preparing us to do His will. Prayer is how God prepares our hearts to be used. If you are ever going to fulfill the purpose that God has created you for, then you must pray. Prayer is inviting God's leadership. It is how you get to know what His will for you is in this moment. Prayer is personal. God doesn't just want you to talk about prayer. He wants you to actually pray. He doesn't just want you to get to pray or to agree with everything He says. He wants you to talk to Him, and He wants to talk to you. Prayer doesn't mean that you will automatically get everything that you pray about, but what you can be sure about is that if you involve Him in it, He will surely work it out for you good. Pray when you are lonely. Pray when you are bitter. Pray when you are isolated, when you don't understand anything. God wants to hear from you every time. He likes it when you look to Him and test His power in prayer. God wants you to test His power by trusting in Him with prayer. God is not intimidated by your feelings. He's not intimidated by what you want. Nothing you could possibly want could be greater than what He can do. The God who parted the Red Sea and knocked down the wall of Jericho and opened blind eyes and raised people from the dead can do anything and fix anything if you can pray about it. God can and will do exceedingly and abundantly above all that you can ask or think of. Whatever you can think of, you've got to pray about it, and God can do more. Prayer is powerful and is very essential. You've got to pray for that marriage that you think is already broken. Nothing is permanent where prayer is concerned, and it doesn't matter how hopeless the situation looks. God can do anything and everything. You've got to take the limits off of God. There is no situation or circumstance that is beyond the power of prayer or of God. You've got to stop limiting God in your mind. You've got to stop putting Him in a box or in a container, because He can do anything and there is no limit to His existence. He keeps nothing that is good for you from you, and it is God's desire to answer your prayer. He wants to give you the desires of your heart. Nothing you can pray about is unrealistic. You are God's child and you are His heir. You've got to take the limits off of God. You've got to bring the situation to Him that has continued to steal your peace. You need a turnaround. You need healing. You need deliverance. You need a breakthrough. You need vengeance. You need hope. Whatever you need, you will find in Him as you pray. You are only one prayer away from a new day. You are one prayer away from your next level. You are one prayer away from your next miracle. You are a consistent habit of praying away from knowing God and understanding yourself. You've got to get to prayer today, right now. Prayer is not an option for the Christian. It is a must. It's a rule. It is essential. You cannot do without prayer. It is what fuels your spirit and fuels you with the strength and the power of God. It's communicating with God. It's recharging your spirit. It's accepting who you are and trusting and believing God. God wants you to get on your feet and lay everything off. Everything that has kept you from praying up until this moment. He wants you to take advantage of the gift of prayer that He has given you. He wants you to connect with Him. It's time to get back to praying again. It's time to walk in the power of God by using the power of prayer. It's time to walk in the power of God by using the power of prayer. People are waiting on you. Your spouse is waiting on you. Your destiny is waiting on you. Your children are waiting on you. Your family, your business, your colleagues, all of these things are waiting on you. Souls are waiting on you. You've got to get back to your knees today. God bless you.